Shit. Okay, we're starting over, and we're going quick, and the word's catastrophe. And here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Ah! It's gonna scream for a while. Okay, new record. Half hour of tech issues? It's now a half hour later.
Yeah.
What a nightmare. Apologies to our guest.
You know what? I do have the original recording, but we're going to start over anyway. Hey, welcome to the Overtalking Podcast. It's the shit show where we talk over TV shows and movies as chosen by our guests. And this week we watched the brand new Super Mario Bros. Movie is the title, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
and this is the second time we're recording this intro because we've been back and forth with tech issues. We have 2 different now intros of this show, but that's okay. We're going to roll with it.
We'll use both.
Yeah. Do you want to bring in our guest?
Yes, please. We're joined once again by Najah Bhatty.
Hi, it's me, Najah.
Yes.
Still good. Excellent.
Yes. So
Yes.
sorry. Thank you for being
Sorry.
here. Very happy to
I'm
see
so happy
you.
to be here. Seriously. The tech issues, it made me feel like I was in a video game.
Right?
And I was just doing this the whole time.
We were trying to blow
Up,
on that
down, down,
cartridge.
left,
It was not working.
My brother
Yeah.
gave me like the unplugged controller because I was too young to play. Trying so hard to
Trying to
win.
do something.
That's great.
Oh, man. So what we were talking about was the fact that we've done the original Super Mario Bros. Movie, which was episode 30.
Right. The bad one. The old bad one.
Najah, have you seen the original?
I haven't. So you guys keep talking about it, and I almost wish that I watched the original.
It is a wild ride.
I mean, the original is fun. I do kind of like it, but it's live action, not this.
It's live action. It's bizarre. It's like a very grunge world of Super Mario.
Was it like a star-studded cast at the time?
Not
Actually,
really.
Dennis Hopper was in it.
Dennis Hopper, yeah.
And I think that's it. Maybe one other person.
It's something else. You should watch it because it's you just kind of question every choice they're making through the entire thing.
Yeah, I really question where they got their own kind of lore. I mean, it's not really based off the video games.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper plays King Koopa, not Bowser, just King Koopa.
John Leguizamo is Luigi and Bob Hoskins is Mario. But the kicker is, this is canon in the movie. They share their last names. The character's name in the movie is Mario.
That's right. Because
His
it's
last
the Mario
name
Brothers.
is also Mario. Which
No!
makes yeah, exactly.
That's not what this is.
Which makes his brother's name Luigi Mario.
Correct.
No, this is. Do they have accents?
Yeah,
I think
bad
I think a
accents,
little
for
bit.
sure. More New York than Italian, but yeah.
Yeah, they got the Brooklyn part right.
The Brooklyn part makes me happy. That made me happy in this movie too. I thought that was really clever when they made him culturally Italian.
And yeah, all of them have mustaches.
I mean, I appreciate in this one that they didn't address the fact that it is the Mario Brothers and how that doesn't really make sense and how Luigi kind of got snubbed.
True.
I was like, yeah, you don't need to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just gloss over.
That's a good point. Do they acknowledge their last names? They just say like Super Mario Bros, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they don't, because how are you going to, and you're going to introduce new lore if you're going to do that. And
you're right.
Lore is my new favorite word now.
Lore.
Lore.
The lore of the movie.
That's right. New canon.
It's a treat. You should watch the original.
Okay, so I'll do my homework. I'll watch that. I'll listen to your podcast first, get your guys' opinions, and then I'll watch it.
You don't need to listen. No, that's probably not
sure?
good. Very early on. I doubt it's any good.
Was there an hour of technical difficulties?
Yeah,
Okay,
probably.
No. Totally fine. Oh my gosh.
All right.
But I love this one. Okay, continue.
Yeah, we've danced around it enough. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk about the new Super Mario Bros. Movie coming up on the Overtalking Podcast.
Not sure if you know who I am, but I'm about to rule the world.
Bowser is coming. Together, we are going to stop that monster.
How? Look at us. We're adorable.
Oh, I got this. No problem.
Come on, Mario! Our big adventure begins now!
Get it off, get it off, get it off!
And we're back on the Overtalking Podcast, joined once again by returning guest Najah Bhatty, and we're talking about the new Super Mario Bros. Movie. I said it again. We're done. We got through it. Here we go. Najah, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for you to describe for someone who's never heard or seen the movie, Super Mario Bros. Movie, without spoiling it quite yet, what it's all about.
Ready, go.
Okay. It's about Mario and Luigi, the Super Mario Brothers, which now I need to figure out what their last name is. They're in Brooklyn trying to save the world, and they end up getting warped into a tunnel. They are fighting off Bowser, who is trying to, out of his love for Peach, trying to marry her. But if not, he's going to destroy Mushroom Kingdom. And there's a lot of really fun nostalgic things, and there's an 8-bit soundtrack, and I loved every part of it. And so many characters.
And hilarity ensues?
A
little bit, yeah. There's some joke. There's definitely a lot of inside jokes in this. And I just realized I don't know how you would spoil this movie. I mean, it's kind of just the plot of the video game. Yeah, it is what it is. It's not. There's nothing going on here.
Yeah. I guess it's flipped. Instead of having to rescue Peach, though, they're trying to rescue Luigi. That's the kind of twist.
Oh.
You're right. Yeah, Peach is actually... Yeah, not in peril, really.
Yeah.
About time.
Think about that having a part of it. I thought that was actually really funny. When they say that your princess is in another castle, though, that was one of my favorite and most frustrating moments. We go and then both of the Toads were like, sorry, your princess is somewhere else. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But I liked how they kind of redid Peach to being the warrior princess that she is. I thought Luigi was actually really fun. It was a really fun family movie. And it was actually just a very simple plot that I'm like, any kid can get this movie. And then the grown-ups, it was the nostalgia for the grown-ups, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's pretty
exactly, yeah. It's the grown-ups introducing their children to Super Mario because they probably aren't old enough to play it yet.
Oh. I mean, is it
That's my thoughts.
Violent? Okay.
I don't know. I'm sure there's people in between that have played it but are young. I'm just so old that, I don't see how that could possibly be.
Ken's so old.
Yeah. Just me, though.
Yeah.
The rest of y'all are young.
Old as dirt.
That's right.
I have to imagine, too, there's probably a bazillion Easter eggs that I, did not catch.
Yeah. Okay, so I wrote down just a couple
that
I caught, but I'm sure there's ones I missed as well. At the very beginning, after they've shown, the Super Mario Bros. Commercial, which is actually... pulled basically from the live action TV show that used to be on there a long time ago. The song is, at least. There's some guy playing an arcade game right next to them. I'm sure you guys caught this too. And they're like, oh, is our accent too thick? And then he's like, I think it's great. Whoa! And obviously that is the voice of Mario, who is Charles Martinet, I think. This is how you pronounce it.
Sure.
So yeah, he voiced that. In the same scene, Luigi drops his phone, and then his phone chime is the GameCube startup theme, which is pretty great. And that's all I wrote down.
There's when they're underground when they get into the sewer system, you see a sign that says level 1-2.
Ah, that's good.
That was really good. Yeah, no, I caught that too. And then also, I mean, this was my issue with the Sonic movie, was that they didn't incorporate enough of the soundtrack and the actual movie soundtrack. And so this one was all everything was incorporated, the underground music,
Peach's Castle music.
Peach's Castle music. And then also when they were playing the piano, when Bowser was playing the piano, they were jam with me, and it's da-na-na-na-na, or whatever.
Really good.
Yeah, I think that was the song.
Yep.
It was really funny.
I picked up on some music that I'm not sure if it was just me inserting what I wanted it to be, or if it was actually meant to be this, but when Luigi is in the Dark World, I think is what they call it, and he's eventually going into what is supposed to be Luigi's mansion, some of the audio cues kind of sounded like when he says Mario, like that stuttering. I heard that in some of the music, and I think that's what they were going for. It was very subtle, and only if you're hoping that they would have some up with it in there, but I think that was in there.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Mario?
Yeah.
I think that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
There were so many, a lot. And then like when they were introduced into Mushroom Kingdom, like that entire thing was just all like getting the coins and I don't know, all the mushrooms, and then how he hates mushrooms before he went into Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like he better get used to it. You better get used to it. And then that whole like training sequence was, I think, was like a fan favorite. Everyone loved that training sequence with like holding out for
Yeah.
That was also really
traversing them traveling to, I think, cut off Bowser, where they go through like the sand dune world and the fort. Like each of those had a different soundtrack to match those levels, even though it was only on the screen for like a few seconds. They really went all out, which is good. I think, you have this beloved catalog of songs that everybody has memorized. Like, take full advantage.
Yeah, no, the content's definitely there for like this movie, and then also for like, I'm so happy that the 2 extra scenes at the end like set it up beautifully like for another sequel. So I'm just ready for them to like bring in more characters, like with Mario having like such a wide variety of like villains. I'm so ready for like the sequel to have like Wario and like Waluigi if possible. Like I would love to see more of like that family, like if they're family or something like that, and like having like that rivalry. I don't know. I'm getting excited.
Can we dive into quick spoilers, because I think I only saw one extra scene at the
Ken!
Spoil it.
There's 2 credit sequences.
There's 2? I waited so long. I can't wait around all day for another credit sequence.
Ken, I will say the Plex skip credits feature brings you straight to it. You just got to click a button and it brings you right there.
Yeah, I was using that Infuse thing. Yeah.
So the second later one is it sort of shows the sewer underground in Brooklyn part, and it sort of pans over and you see a shell and it cracks. And who's going to come out of the shell? The little egg.
Okay.
And then you hear Yoshi.
Yeah, you hear him say Yoshi, and then the movie ends.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So I obviously got to scream in the theater because I went alone to the theater, and then I was alone in the theater, like fully alone. Like, no one else.
Oh hell yeah!
And I was fully alone, and I was like, "Oh my god, is this what it feels like to be Nicole Kidman, who like just walks into the movie theater at AMC?" And she's like, "You can imagine a world where," whatever, in her Australian accent. I felt like Nicole Kidman in that moment. Like me and her both go to the movies alone.
Celebrities, they're just like us.
Yes. They really are. I got to like live out my childhood dream of like doing fake gymnastics on like that bar that separates like the upper level and lower level of the theater. And I did a cartwheel. I honestly like FaceTimed, and I like answered the phone during the movie. The AMC person's like, "Don't talk or text during the movie. Don't ruin the movie." And I'm like, "For who?"
Yeah,
right.
For who?
That's fantastic.
I had the best time. Then I got to like cry openly when like Mario and Luigi are having a moment, and I was like, "Well, I should have probably watched this with my sister. I should have probably watched this with my family," because it was such. I mean, it was a really touching moment, but. Yeah, I got to scream when Yoshi came out.
That's amazing.
That's great.
I want to see more movies with that in a theater still, but alone.
Circling back to Nicole Kidman's character, not a character, her thing that she does at AMC for some reason.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok, which is a great way to start any story, where some drag queen, her costume was that Nicole Kidman get up, but she was in one of those recliner chairs and had like fake legs coming out over the front. It was the best costume I have ever seen. And
Wait,
if I
who was
had
that?
it was just some random drag queen. I'm assuming for some contest or something, but it was very impressive. And I would love to be that for Halloween if I had any crafting ability at all. But
yeah,
it's great.
You can totally do that.
If you set your
I
mind
would
to
actually
it,
like
Ken.
to see that.
Yeah.
Sure. I think we all would.
I think we all would, exactly. I have other ideas for your Halloween costume, Ken.
Ooh.
Just because I watched the Barbie movie yesterday, but that's beside the point.
Did you Barbenheimer it, or did you just Barbie it?
I just Barbied it. it. I didn't have time to do more than one, but I think I picked a good one. But this is not about that. But I did see Nicole Kidman there as well. So that's the second.
She was there too.
Yeah.
That was good.
She was there.
So you're never really alone in a movie theater.
Yeah, you got her.
Have Nicole Kidman. Yeah.
I know. That's my Nicole Kidman
how she
impression.
sounds. Right.
Welcome to the movie. was British, I think. Anyway, what I want to ask you both, moving on very quickly, is that I want to know who your favorite character in this movie, because mine is so far ahead of any other second place.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of want to guess what yours is, but I'm not sure.
Go ahead, guess. Best part of the movie. Only has a few lines.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it the little luminary like?
Yes.
Yeah,
The little blue
star
flame
thing?
in a cage.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That,
I was going to
Best
guess Cranky
part.
Kong, but that makes sense. Yeah.
oh yeah, Cranky Kong was. Yeah, the whole Kong family was there, showing up. I loved it.
Not enough Funky Kong for me.
Not enough Donkey Kong.
Funky Kong.
Oh, Funky. Oh, I
I need
love
to see Funky Kong.
Yeah.
He was there for like he beat his chest for like a second.
Is he in the audience?
Okay.
I think
He's gotta
so.
be, right?
Yeah.
And then Diddy and Dixie were right next to each other.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Cranky Kong played by Fred Armisen with a cold, it sounds like.
That's right. Yeah.
A lot of stars I couldn't really figure out who they were until they showed me in the credits. But like Jack Black, I mean, I didn't even know it was Jack Black until he started singing, and I was like, no other star can sing like this and be that funny and like facially expressive like Jack Black. So I assumed it was Bowser at that point, but
Do you hear that, Ken? A star. Jack Black is a star. He's beloved. Ken's not
Have
a fan.
I ever said Jack Black is not a star?
You said you're not a fan.
you don't like Jack Black?
Look,
We're
this
turning
was
on you.
years ago, probably episode 31. You know, I was younger, youthful, opinionated. Keegan-Michael Key played Toad, which I could not place until I saw the credits, but I had known it ahead of time, but I forgot it. But yeah,
They just modulate his voice a
couldn't
bit.
pull that out. Yeah,
I think even with Jack Black, too, I think they lowered it a bit. I don't think that's his
they
natural.
had to have,
Yeah.
for sure.
Can I share the one of the many amazing quotes but from that like blue flame person that was why
Oh, yeah.
he's my favorite? The one I wrote down was
Time, like hope, is an illusion.
the darkest, saddest character in the whole movie. It was such a weird choice, but I loved it.
So when I was doing trivia for this, I looked up some stuff, and including what that character's name is, which will be a trivia question. So start thinking.
Oh, man.
But the reason that they made that character that choice was because apparently in Super Mario Galaxy 2 or whatever, all of those little star things get sucked into a black hole and then are turned into planets. And apparently them wanting to die is because they will then be reborn as planets or as supernovas or something like that. Wow. And so that's why he was all gung-ho about it ending.
Wait, he was like cheering as he's being lowered into the lava.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they stop and he's like, "Ooh." It was really funny.
Okay, one more really quick.
Oh yeah.
Now that it's the end of the movie, he ends the movie, which I think is amazing.
Now that's a happy ending. Or is it? Because everything's over now. And all that's left is you and the infinite void. Kind of makes you want to play saxophone, huh?
Then they play the saxophone, and then the first round of credits roll.
I loved it.
What were your all's favorite character? Najah, did you say yours?
I didn't, but I mean I thought Bowser was really funny. I really loved that. And then I think like Luigi's just a very lovable character.
Yeah.
And I just want to see, they set it up really nicely for a sequel, so I just want to see like how their relationship is in the next one. But I think Jack Black was obviously hilarious. Freaking Peaches, that's all I need to hear in life. And then I also just love all the villains. And when they were like naming all of them in that one scene when they're like Goombas, Troopas, whatever the heck that is, and it's those spiny things that you can never freaking kill.
Do they have a name? They must, right? I don't know.
Spiny things?
Spikies.
Spikies.
Little
Exactly.
spikies.
I don't know. Little spikies.
That's how it felt. But yeah, Bowser.
Bowser,
Good
all
stuff.
right. Ken?
Mario.
Lame.
Y'all are sleeping on Mario. I actually thought that Chris Pratt did a decent job. I I was very worried going
Yeah.
into it. The trailer really made me feel like it was going to be bad, but I didn't really think about it that much as I was watching. So I think that's really all I can hope for. Considering they weren't doing the accent the whole time.
Yeah, that would have been bad. The one sort of disappointment that I had, and this is not Pratt's fault, but the 2 times I think it is where he says, "It's a me," it's in slow-mo.
Oh yeah.
You only ever hear it with him going, it's like, no, that's supposed to be a cheerful, like,
A quick.
why are you, that's
you can't
that's
mess
how
with
you
what's
intro the
going on.
movie or something like that. Like, put him on screen
Right.
and then it's like, or the commercial,
me.
they say their names or something like that. And then he gets to go, it's a me.
Yeah.
Hello.
They probably could have done like a Mamma Mia or
Yeah.
whatever in slow motion.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Noricon! Right?
Right? Remember?
I did like how much Mario Kart stuff there was in this. That was very
Okay.
clever and obvious to
Yeah.
interwork that for any transportation or chase scene.
That was
really worked
amazing.
well.
And Rainbow Road. So also
Oh my God, Rainbow
huge-
Road.
they had to put Rainbow Road in there. All of us are freaking out for the characters with the craziest me like Rainbow Road, no boundaries. We love to see it. But my sister threw me a Mario Kart themed birthday and made me into like all the characters, the whole thing. But she also had she made these.
Wow.
Wow.
So the blue shell moment really got me. He's like,
Yeah.
"You can't escape me, blue shell," and I freaked out. I knew it was happening. The audience knew it was happening. Blue shell, though.
Dang.
so
stuff.
good.
And they use the cheat. They acknowledge the Rainbow Roads cheat where you can go
That's
off the
right.
track as a shortcut.
Oh yeah, that was
So
fun.
good. I got to say that the whole movie, but the Rainbow Road scene in particular, looked so good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I legally acquired a 4K version of this movie, and it looked amazing on my TV, and just so much color. It was so vibrant. The whole movie looked amazing, and
Yeah.
it's probably the most visually appealing thing I've watched in a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and-
Totally agree.
I don't know. So I think my nephew caught this, but those bloopers that come out when they sent one of them, usually it like splashes your screen so you can't see. But for the movie, it jumped on their face so they can't see. And I was like, oh, that's that was really smart. I didn't even think about that. But like, yeah, one of the kids pointed that out to me, and I was like, that was smart. And then obviously like the banana peel, like us as an audience is like freaking out. Me in the audience as the only member screamed.
Right.
Yeah, the green shells, jumps on them to make them green shells, tosses those, knocks them off the road.
Oh, and then when they like all the villains that showed up for the wedding, when I think King Babam like sits down and then like one of the shells start like going back and forth
ricocheting
between
back.
the pews, and then it kept
was so
going
funny.
until he stopped it. I thought that was actually really funny too. And like the fire flowers and the ice flowers like showing up as a bouquet.
Yeah.
I like that King Boo made an appearance at the wedding too. Who do you think the antagonist would be in the sequel?
I'm telling you, I want Wario. I want Waluigi.
Yeah.
I
Is
really want it.
Is it just their like rival business or something like that? Like they also
They
have
clog toilets.
they're the ones ruining the toilets.
Yeah. Just going around clogging toilets all over Mushroom Kingdom, eating too many mushrooms, getting backed up.
Mario and
great.
Luigi show up. Oh man, someone did a real paint job in here.
Gosh.
I would, I agree with you though. I would love to see a Wario and Luigi because then you get to hear all their sound effects and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then also just like their cars and their carts are really like huge, and it's just fun. They're just really funny. And so,
Yeah.
and then I'd also like to see Daisy show up in the next one too.
Oh yeah,
know
that'd be
if
cool.
Oh yeah. They had they teased I don't know her name, but the
Rosalina?
y-
Pauline?
No, was
Who?
she in there? Pauline.
Pauline
yeah,
was in there as a newscaster.
Right. Was Rosalina in it?
Rosalina
I don't
was
think so.
not, but I thought maybe you said it was going to come in the next one. Well, if the star thing makes another appearance, like Rosalina's like the princess of the stars or
She
whatever.
could. Yeah.
They have a lot of characters to play with. Oh, they also had like the babies too.
Oh
Like-
yeah, that was interesting. how
I
they
caught
worked
that in the
too.
the flashback sequence.
I was happy they did that.
Where do you think Nintendo's going to go from here? Because they've now opened it up to officially licensing movies, right? Like Nintendo made this movie.
Yeah.
So are they going to start opening up other IPs to full-fledged movies? Are we going to see a Legend of Zelda movie?
Oh, man. That would be incredible, but I'm just already bracing for the, like, fanboy backlash.
Yeah.
All of them are like, they didn't do it justice. They got this wrong, blah, blah, blah.
I don't see how they could. Link doesn't talk. Once you give Link a voice, it is immediately ruined.
Yeah.
So unless he is literally a mute boy, I don't think it's possible to make that movie. I don't know.
It's like a silent film that they just have the quotes on the screen. And then
Or someone is casted as his voice, but just doesn't say anything the entire movie. It's like, I'm excited for Chris Pratt to also play Link, but he just doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
that'd be good. Is Samus also Nintendo, or is that somebody else?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, Samus.
I mean, that
would be great.
like sci-fi thriller, that'd be incredible.
That would be excellent. I don't see any issues with that.
Yeah. Do that.
Splatoon? I don't know.
Splatoon would be fun. Emily's a ranked Splatoon player. She's an S+ tier. She's very good.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just practicing my Link. I'm sorry.
Very good. Yes, so they could cast you.
Yeah. All right, we're being told we have 10 minutes left.
Holy shit. All right, it's time for trivia. Who's ready? It's time for...
Hey, did you know that?
For new listeners, this is the part of the show where we pit our guests and CJ head-to-head to see who knows the most about what we watch. Najah, CJ, are you two ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, first question, multiple choice. The arcade game that the guy who actually voices Mario was playing is called what? Oh. And I'm sure you don't know off the top of your head, so here's a hint. It was named after Mario's original name in the original Donkey Kong game. Still don't know?
Nope.
Okay, multiple choice.
Yeah.
Was it A, Super Jumper? Was it B, Jump Man? Was it C, Fast Man? Or was it D, Quick Boy?
Jumpman.
What was the first one?
Super Jumper.
That just sounds funny. It's Jumpman reminds me of Michael Jordan. I'm going to go Jumpman as well.
Jumpman is correct.
Yes.
Good job. Jumpman. All right, next question. A French restaurant scene in this movie called Chasse du Canard can be seen in the background of some shots in Brooklyn. What does that translate to in English? And this is multiple choice.
Good.
Is it A, Jumpman? Is it B, Ice Climbers? Is it C, Duck Hunt? Or is it D, Game and Watch?
Oh, wow. I'm going to go
Hunt?
Duck Hunt, yeah.
Duck Hunt is correct.
Makes sense for a French restaurant, too, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, too. I didn't even realize it was yeah. I was trying to get linguistic with it. I was like, Duolingo, help me out today.
All right, next question. The Prisoner Blue Star is from Mario Galaxy. What is their name? Is it A, Luma? Is it B, Luma Lee? Is it C, Lumos? Or is it D, Lumador?
Luma Lee.
Luma Lee.
Luma Lee is correct. God. You guys have to choose a different answer sometime.
We're both smart.
We're running out of time.
I'm sorry. I know, it's freaking me out, too.
I know. For listeners, our Zoom window is counting down rapidly.
It's like the Sonic music.
Part of the technical difficulties that we've been having. So here we go. How many times does Mario use a fire flower in the movie?
None.
Once?
None is correct. CJ gets the point.
Donkey Kong blows it out. He's about to. And he goes,
right. He does not actually use it at all. Which is
I'm embarrassed.
Probably save him for the sequel.
Save it for the sequel.
That's right. King Penguin, it's hard to say, is seen in the prologue of the movie and throughout randomly. In how many Mario video games does he appear?
oh my gosh.
Good luck.
Right, video games?
Correct.
Oh, man.
3.
Wild, yeah, stab of the dog. I'm going to say more, like 5?
I'm going to give the point to Najah. The answer is 0. He's original to the movie.
Wait,
There's
King,
no King
Penguin is
Penguin?
original?
Yeah, penguins are seen, but not King Penguin.
There's no king.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's tricky.
All
They
right.
tricked us.
Yeah,
Those penguins are so pushy.
I know.
Though,
best, though.
getting around those penguins and in a video game was the worst. And I was already slipping and sliding and the other way. And Lakita was like, no, the other way. I'm like, leave me alone.
My favorite mini game of Mario Party.
Mine too.
Push your penguins.
All right, next question. Bomber Bill is a new name for a classic enemy. What is he called in the video games?
Bullet
Is
Bill?
he called A, Bullet Bill, B, Big Bullet Bill, C, Big Bill, or D, Bonsai Bill?
Yeah, it's Bullet Bill. Classic character.
Okay. That's wrong. You want to
Is
try
it Big
again?
Bullet Bill?
I'll go Bonsai Bill. That one sounds
Bonsai
fun.
Bill is correct.
Oh, wow.
Bonsai Bill?
Yeah.
Well, I'm embarrassed.
Bullet Bill has arms and is smaller.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a difference.
How are we doing on points?
Do I get that one? I feel like
Yeah, you got
I
it.
got it
at
on a
some
second
point.
try.
I guess. Fine. Yeah.
I'm going to say no. We both got that one wrong. So we're still tied.
Okay. Well, let's just see how we do here. I'm going to need CJ to text me your answer and Najah just say it out loud. But what is the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter score in percentage? Just closest so that we can get some differentiation here.
I'm just going to send in the Zoom chat to just you.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I'm going to say 60.
Okay.
68.
Najah, you get the point. And our winner,
Wow.
because it is 59%, you were very close.
Let's go. Mamma mia.
59% though is pretty
That's
not great.
low.
Yeah.
What do you guys think the audience score was?
Higher.
Yeah.
90.
Like 89? Oh, shoot. You said
95%.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Okay, good. That makes sense.
Yeah, people like it. Critics think it's just whatever, apparently.
All right, time for ratings.
Yeah, time for ratings. All right, here we go. Najah, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate the Super Mario Bros. Movie for you?
I loved it. Almost wishes there was a little bit more, but 9.
9. Wow.
Wow, nice. All right, CJ.
For me, I liked it. 7.3.
Okay.
I would watch a sequel. I probably
for sure.
I might have cast it differently, but it's a good time.
Okay.
Ken.
For me, I really want to dive into
Nope.
the thematic underpinnings. Okay, there's no time? Okay, got it. 8.
Nice.
I do want to just really quickly say that I feel like the ending of this movie was almost exactly the same as the original Sonic ending. Just throwing that out there. Think
Yeah,
about
Big
that.
Boss comes back to the real world. They have to
And there's
send
the
him
big
back or-
thing,
yeah.
the shiny thing that powers up the character to godlike status.
Good call.
Okay.
All right. Well, Najah, thank you for joining us. We're literally out of time.
no.
Anything you would like to plug or say at the end here?
No, I'm simply sitting in my room all day. But thank you so much for having me. Follow me at Uncivilized for comedy stuff, at Nahakala for regular stuff.
Hell yeah.
Do it. Thank you again. CJ, what do we got?
You can follow us on all the things at Overtalking Pod. Call or text us at USACat1591. Email us overtalkingpod@gmail.com. Go to our website, overtalkingpod.party.
Oh, no, they're here. It is the super Overtalking Overlord Bros. It's a me, is what they are saying, but you can't do it. They show up at the end of every episode to remind me to remind you, if you like the show, please go on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and rate and review. Reviews would help you find this podcast. Please review some bitch on Apple Podcasts.
It's our call to action. It's a good thing to be a son
That's
bitch.
the call to action. Also, we spend no money in advertising, but we are on TikTok and Instagram Reels, so if you want to check that out. But please tell a friend and spread the word. We would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And as we always say, let's go!
It's me, Mario.
Wahoo!
Najah, you want to get any in there?
Oh, woohoo!
Yes.
Perfect.
Bye.
Bye.
It's a me, Meg, doing credits for this week's episode of the Overtalking Podcast. It was produced by Ken and CJ and edited by CJ. This week's special guest was Najah Bhatty. Music by Justin Peters. Logo by Nate Richards. Check out Nate's work on Instagram at Nate Richards Designs.
Let's go.